Okay.
Come back to us, Margaret.
Am I here? Am I here? Hi, everybody. Welcome to Two Tarts on a Journey. And today we have three. So, hi, Liz. How are you this morning?
I'm amazing. How are you and how is everyone?
Yeah, I'm really good too. It's been for a beautiful walk down to our botanical gardens. So nice. Such a gorgeous, gorgeous day here. We're in that lovely springtime. So very blessed. Feel very
I think
blessed.
you're just
Yeah.
making me jealous. I'm here in Tassie and it's overcast and grey for another beautiful day here, but I shall be positive the sun will come out.
It will do too. So today we want to introduce our gorgeous guest, Holly. Holly, this is Liz's daughter, and Liz and Holly have launched an amazing project that we really want to talk about today. I think that's something that's so needed. So I'm going to say welcome, Holly.
Hello, thank you so much for having me. This is so strange for me. I'm really not used to being on the camera. I'm usually the one behind the camera, but I must practice what I preach, especially to mum. Time is now.
Well, yes, yeah. And you and your delightful mum have um, created just the most amazing project, and I'm going to hand it over to you, and you can talk about the project and why you've established it and where you've come from.
Yeah, that's it. Let's start with that, sweetheart.
Yeah.
Where you've come from and how you actually got to where you are, because I think I would like to let people know that people listen to Margaret and I and our journey and that, but it also is across all levels of ages, cultures, wherever, that we're all being asked to step out of our comfort zone to create magic and to remember who we are. So that'd be great to hear your story and how that has happened to get you to where you are now. Is that okay?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it's definitely been a journey the last, I think, 4 or 5 years now. It's gone by so quickly. I can't even keep up. But I think for me, I guess the journey really started out of COVID and the lockdowns, and which was obviously a very, very rough time for a lot of people, particularly a lot of business owners. I basically graduated prior to that in marketing, and I started my career in the corporate sort of world, and then this is all in a nutshell. I could ramble on for days, but the COVID hit, we had to shut down. Obviously, then, yeah, hit a lot of people very, very hard. I decided to start a small business called Align Creative Co. To help small business owners and practitioners get back up on their feet and help with their marketing and websites and basically just elevate their online presence. So that's really where my sort of passion started for that. I was doing that for a little bit, then things started to pick back up again, and I stepped back into my corporate role that I was in as a marketing director for a luxury events agency. I was then with them for a few years up until the start of this year. And that's sort of when things started to change for me. Well, actually, I think they started probably a year and a half ago, really, where I feel I sort of started my spiritual journey. I think I'm not sure how it sort of starts for a lot of people, but for me, it was sort of just out of nowhere. I just sort of had this awakening moment that things were just not as they seemed, and I knew that there was a lot more to life. And again, I'm not going to get into it. I know you guys chat about it a lot, but obviously this whole matrix we're in and what we've been conditioned to, I guess, know and do from school to university to full-time work to retiring. Anyway, it all just sort of came about all very, very quickly, and I was very confused and knowing just how, I guess, the world operates and getting a bit down about it, I guess. And thank goodness for mum being on her journey for so long. It was like I had someone to talk to about it because not everyone sort of understood where I was coming from, and it was just like, how do I deal with this? And mum's like, you've just got to be aware of it, but you can only control what you can control. And this is all in a nutshell. So yeah, that sort of started, and I've sort of been on my spiritual journey for a year and a half, 2 years now. And I think continuing to be in my corporate job, it kind of got a lot harder. I think then at the start of this year, it got to a point where it really genuinely just didn't align with me anymore. The sort of work that I was doing, the people that I was working for, and just the whole 9 to 5, I guess, consensus, knowing that, just that in itself didn't align with me, working 5 days a week for someone else particularly, and for a job that I didn't truly enjoy. But I kept pushing, and then it got to a point, I think in April this year, where I, started to probably lost half of my hair. I got very, very sick, and then knew enough was enough, basically. And thankfully, I had mum, and I had some connections with some holistic practitioners, in particular a holistic kinesiologist, who I'd actually seen prior to a couple of years ago, who I went back to, and she did the work. And one of the main things I just remember her saying was that, my soul was out of my body for so long, and it really needed to reconnect. And I truly had lost myself. I think especially in this role, so much was needed of me. And I definitely just lost my true essence, I think, trying to be someone that I wasn't. So I think after that, I just decided to take a massive step back, and that was a huge change for me, having worked with this company for 5 years. And so I've definitely been through a lot through the start of this year, but like I said, took a step back and started to reevaluate where my passions really lied. And that was my marketing business. I just knew that I needed to start that back up, and my passion really was helping small business owners and practitioners with my work. And I relaunched that probably a couple of months ago, and then sat with it and was about to start fully marketing it again, because a lot of it was all word of mouth that was coming through, which was amazing. But I just had a feeling, and I just kept hearing that it wasn't just going to be my marketing business that I was promoting. It was actually going to be a part of something bigger. And so I guess I just sat with that, and over a couple of weeks, this project came about, Sondera House. And I just knew, I guess now I could probably chat a little bit about it. So basically what I wanted to create was a community wellness platform where people can jump on and connect with holistic practitioners across a range of modalities, amazing vetted practitioners all in one spot, where people can get access to events and experiences as well that are run by these practitioners, and also just connect with like-minded community. So essentially a hub that I feel like was needed when I was going through what I was going through at the time. And I think even with some of my friends as well, and even just being on TikTok and just seeing people's stories of going through very, very similar things to me, and a lot of people not knowing where to begin. And I think without mum going what I was going through at the time, I would have had no idea who to turn to. There are so many amazing practitioners out there, from sound healers to Reiki to nutritionists and things like that. But there are just so many. It gets very, very overwhelming. So I thought, why not just select an amazing group of these practitioners all in one spot, connect them all with each other. It's all very collaboration focused, I think, for me, and just bringing on amazing, authentic people and connecting them with spiritual seekers, I guess I'm calling people, whether they're starting on their journey or they've been on their journey for a while and they just want to be a part of community and just connect with amazing practitioners and be a part of our amazing events and experiences. That's I just felt that there was a need for that. And I guess where my marketing business comes into that is I actually plug that into the back of Sondera House. So when practitioners come on board, they actually get my services at a discount as well. So it's pretty much marketing these amazing practitioners without the overwhelm for them,
Yeah.
if that makes sense. So, yeah.
Wow. Well, that's very concise and very well, yeah, very well explained. So I just want to quickly whip back to something that you did say that I think a lot of people can, and especially around here, it's all right for Liz and I are a little bit older, so we've probably got a lot more life experience, but there are so many, um, as you say, people, seekers who are your age. You know, you're so young. It's so young, and it's a joy for us to see. But you said that you know you realized that you were being someone. You were being someone that you weren't. So how did you actually identify that? Because that's the trigger, isn't it? And it's often with, as you say, with illness or whatever else, but it's like, how do you how do you what do you feel? And what goes through your head when you're in that space? Because as you said, a luxury events, you know, that's the company that you were with.
Yeah, yeah.
It's
So yeah,
probably a lot of people's dream. So yeah, walk us through that.
yeah, I think it's definitely even just being a bit of an identity thing as well. I think prior to my, I guess, awakening, I didn't truly know who I was. Like I had my hobbies and things like that, but I hadn't done the work, I guess, on myself. And I think when I started my spiritual journey, I started meditating a lot more and tapping into a lot, many more podcasts and things that Mum had sent through. And I'm not too sure. It's really hard. It was definitely just more of a feeling like I was pushing and pushing in this job and being told. I think a lot of it was being told, especially by my boss at the time, was I think maybe trying to mold me into this version of someone that she wanted for the business. And for me, it was like, you know, I wanted to be this amazing marketing director and doing these amazing events and things like that. And I don't know, it was definitely more of a feeling. It was just, I was just pushing and trying to be this person. It just wasn't me. And I think a lot of it was also the environment, and just the people, like even having and going over to Monaco, we did a super yacht event over there, which sounds incredible, and it was incredible. But yeah, I think it really was just the environment and a lot of the people that I worked with. It's actually, it is really hard to explain because it is just an inner feeling and an inner knowing. And then I think when your body starts to react like it did, I think that was really just the confirmation for me that it just no longer aligned. And then it really took me, you know, to take that step back and doing a bit more work on myself and just be, I guess, present, because I hadn't been very present, and to stop and then to think, all right, what is it that I want to do? Where does my passion truly lie? And I was like, well, it's certainly not this. You know, I know that I've developed all of these skills, and through my experiences, I can help others, and which I wasn't doing in my old job. It was really helping the wealthy get wealthier, and that I think for me, it just great for a lot of people. And yeah, I just wanted to help, more of the small business owners, the practitioners, especially like-minded people, and more so in the wellness space, I think is really where the passion lied there. But I guess as well, another massive challenge was moving through that ego mindset. You know, it was an amazing position, you know, marketing director for this luxury agency doing this, and everyone's like, you know, why would you leave that? It sounds incredible. And I'm like, it does sound incredible, but it just, for many reasons, it just didn't serve me at all. And it took a lot moving through that. It's been one of the biggest things I've ever had to do, actually, in my life so far. It definitely took a toll. And then, yeah, even now, sometimes, well, not so now, maybe a couple of months ago was those, little seeds of doubt, like, oh, have you done the right thing? And now it's like I absolutely did, because my health is completely turned around. I have so much more, I guess, passion for life. I'm feeling better, and the work that I'm doing, I just genuinely get so excited about. And yeah, it's incredible. And it has been a lot more work, probably more than, the average 9 to 5 work day, but I truly enjoy it so much. So yeah, hopefully that answers your question.
Certainly does.
Well,
You
you
must be
say,
so proud, Liz.
yeah, I was going to say, but for anyone listening, you did say a couple of really good gems there. And one of them was you felt when you were out of alignment. And that is a really, really big thing, because people can feel like something's not right, but they'll stay in the comfort of something they know and put up with how that feels. And it doesn't feel good. And the other word you said that's really drives us with that alignment is passion. And so many times we're stuck in places that we aren't doing our passion. We're doing something to keep us safe. We're doing what we think we've been told we should do, or living, as you said, what other people think we should be doing. So two beautiful words there were alignment and passion, which obviously then leads to compassion, which is all the beautiful high frequency, high energy words that is keeping you where you are and getting you well and connecting you and just taking you on a whole new world that you didn't know exist. And as we know, that opens and changes daily. So that's really so beautiful to hear. But I did just want to say those words, I think, are very pivotal in feeling them and acting with them.
Yeah, I think if I hadn't woken up and sort of started my journey, then I wouldn't have realized that, and again, even through friends, like I said, and on TikTok, there are more people waking up now and realizing, what am I doing? Especially coming up to my age now, 30 next year, a lot of people are starting to reevaluate, whether their jobs are really serving them. And even more so now, I think it's like, we've been conditioned to think the full-time 9 to 5 is the be-all end-all. Everyone should be doing it. And yeah, I think a lot of people are like, hang on, that actually doesn't serve me. And, whether or not they take the leap on taking a step back and really pursuing their passions is one thing. But yeah, I feel like, more and more people are definitely doing it now, but for me, it's a no-brainer. Like, life's too short. There are so many ways of, being able to make money now. And for me, it's like the more relaxed and passionate, and obviously knowing that, money will flow effortlessly. It will, and it's absolutely not just about money, but that's a big thing for many people, stepping back from a full-time role. But it's just like, what are your priorities, I guess? And I think a lot of people just are wanting that work-life balance. I think time, obviously, and that freedom is becoming a lot more valuable than just that monetary component. Obviously, we need money to live, but I think, people are definitely changing things and working more on their own terms, which I think is incredible. So, yeah, we're in a big shift at the moment, I think.
I think so too. It's just amazing. And I think too, I know when I was, oh my God, many, many years ago when I was your age, values, I knew what values were, but they weren't spoken about. Passion wasn't spoken about. It wasn't even on my radar, probably. I knew what I could feel, but even that wasn't related to my overall view of my life. So I just think there are huge shifts happening at the moment, and I think that what you're bringing, what you and Liz are bringing, out into the mainstream is phenomenal. So love you two to talk a bit about Sondera House.
You like me to?
Yeah, go.
Well, Mum.
Which
You can start, sweetheart. You can probably just say a little bit more about it, what the idea of bringing people together. I can give you, we can gently
well,
do
I
it.
guess
Bounce
in a
off
bit
each
of
other.
so like I mentioned, it's a wellness community platform, essentially where people can connect with holistic practitioners across a range of different modalities, from sound healing, Reiki, spiritual counseling, that sort of thing, where people can also access our events and experiences led by these practitioners. And also collaborate with like-minded people through, we'll have a community platform and chat as well, but we will also have monthly live sessions where people can jump on and ask questions and things like that. So I guess in a nutshell, the platform is kind of like an ecosystem in a way. So we'll have our practitioner directory where people can jump on and look at each of the profiles of each practitioner that we do have and book through them. We'll have our events hub, which is where all of our events and experiences will be, once that practitioner is obviously running themselves, and Sondera House, I guess, signature events, which I'll start creating. Also have a blog, which will have practitioners contributing to every single month. Coming soon, we'll have a shop as well. So we'll have a lot of practitioner resources and products on there, as well as our own Sondera products, which will be pretty amazing. And then, soon to launch as well will be our podcast. So it's really about, I guess, connecting seekers with these practitioners, but also offering resources and tips to help assist people on their journey as well. Even just subscribing and signing up as a member and getting, monthly emails with a whole bunch of incredible information, is one thing as well. But I think the one thing I'm most excited about is definitely our events and experiences and really bringing people together in the physical setting. And these will happen across the states. I think we're really just going to start launching them in Tassie and Queensland as well, in Brisbane and on the Gold Coast. Just create really beautiful events, but that'll all be coming soon. For now, really just pushing out wait lists and getting people to sign up and before we're ready to fully launch. But I'm really excited to see what we can create. I think our biggest point of difference is having these amazing vetted practitioners on board, authentic people that come from the right place. And for me, it's not about competition, it's collaboration. It really is all about collaboration and coming together. And it's definitely more than a brand for me, Sondera House. It's more of a movement, I feel, collectively coming together for one purpose, really. So that's the biggest thing for me. I'm not sure if there's anything else you want to add, Mum.
No, I love the words movement, and I think the biggest difference is that you're building not only for people that are looking for something different, something outside the mainstream, which to us isn't outside the mainstream, but somebody that just doesn't want the usual way, but can to help them open and support them on their journey. But also it's a community, not just for those people that are seeking and looking at, but also for the practitioners that are on there, because we are also doing the journey, and people need to know that we are doing the journey right alongside them. We just need to be one step ahead so we can support them on their journey. So for us to come to community, so we can also have like-minded people to bounce off, to talk to in safe, to have conversations that still aren't fully accepted in mainstream. So it is a movement. It's a supportive community. It's a collaboration where hopefully we can come together and collaborate in beautiful retreats all around Australia at some point, and perhaps overseas, who knows. But it is, and I think that's that point of difference. It isn't, and you've said vetted, and I wanted to just also go back to that word, where we're not vetting from an ego point of view. This is what Molly was talking about, where we're vetting. We want authenticity. We want people that see a bigger picture. We want people that want to collaborate and facilitate together. It's not a one-man show anymore. And I think that is the point of difference here. It is coming together working together, doing the best for the person that's coming in and guiding them where they need to go through different modalities, but also supporting ourselves on our own journey and perhaps coming together, you know, whether online or whether in person down the track, to have a supportive days or retreat or something for ourselves. So as you said, it's a movement, but I say with a difference, I guess, it seems a normal transition for me, because I know that's how Margaret and I live now. But yeah, I hope I described that a little bit as well. Just put a bit more of more
Yeah,
about.
I mean, yeah, 100%. I mean, it really is something that, you know, for anyone that is obviously been on their spiritual journey for a long time now, but, you know, more so for people who are just starting out, or even just having that little bit of awareness as well, and just helping people move through that, and just being, you know, having that community to sort of ask those questions and bounce ideas off, because for a lot of people, they don't have like-minded people in their, you know, in their networks and in their friendship groups and family circles. And like I said, more people are waking up now. But yeah, I think having that space, a community platform where people can feel comfortable about asking these questions, and then, you know, being directed to services and offerings that will benefit them at that particular stage, whether it's, you know, like spiritual counseling session. Correct me if I'm wrong, Mum. I'm not too sure who you would sort of, because you've helped me for so long along the way. I've had you, but I guess, you know, connecting people with the right people for where they're at that time.
Absolutely. And I think the other thing that we need, you know, you don't have to have been on a journey for a long time. And I really want to just put that out there, because, you know, even for me, it's been full on for the last 5 years. You know, you've been started 3 years ago. Some people are just waking up tomorrow, and because of just that aha moment, that was the moment that they choose and they get flooded through. So we're all, I don't want to call it necessarily a spiritual journey. I think it's just a way of life to coming back to self, and to bring that essence and that alignment back to self. So if you're feeling that, whether you're a practitioner and you're starting your journey and just starting out there, or you're somebody that's looking for that, that's what this platform's for. Yeah.
Yeah, it just seems like this beautiful crucible of resources for people at all levels in their growth. So it just sounds so exciting. It sounds really good. It sounds dearly needed. From my perspective, it is. So just wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. So what would you like to happen now? What would you like to happen as a result of, you know, perhaps us being able to expose what you're doing a little bit?
Well, were you saying something, Mum?
I would say that if anybody is listening to this, whether they are a practitioner, we'd really love to hear from you if you are interested in being part of this movement. So we can put some contact details down underneath here to send your details, and we will be in contact if you're interested. And also, if you're just somebody that is actually hearing this and would like some help in moving through, also just reach out and contact, and I or Holly can direct it to me, can help you and perhaps put you in the right direction of where you're needed. So is that what you're sort of thinking, Hol?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, just head to the website, which will pop in the description, and join the wait list from there. We'll get a few details from you, and yeah, definitely be in contact for sure.
Oh, wonderful. Thank you so much. That was fantastic. That was really, really fantastic. It's wonderful. And it's wonderful, you know, to see your authenticity coming through the screen, Holly. Every word you speak, it's real. So thank you so much. Thank you. Well, that's about time to wrap up this podcast.
Yes. Oh, very quick.
Yes.
Always does.
Need to be going to work. Okay, thank you. Is there anything you'd like to add, Liz?
No, I'm just really, really excited, and to watch my daughter to come alive after watching her journey for the last few years. And you say you see the authenticity and the passion that's driving you. Um, I'm just so very proud, and I think this is just such a beautiful movement and platform you're creating. I couldn't be prouder to be part of it with you, walking alongside of you. You certainly have the technology and all of those beautiful things that's needed, and plus the big picture, you know, and allow it to keep flowing through. And anybody, you know, I just think you're such a role model for anyone that might be looking there. You know, Margaret and I have talked about it, but I guess people that are younger can look at us going, yeah, but you're older, you've got stability, which hasn't been the case, but also to look at you now in a different age group and a different demographic to see that anything is possible. And if you can do it now, you can also draw that demographic as well. And that I'm very proud of to see. So it's beautiful.
Oh, it's wonderful.
Thanks.
Oh, thank you so much, Holly. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Thank you for having me.
We'll talk to you all soon. Please feel free to have a look in the comments, and you'll see the details of how to contact Holly or Liz at Sondera House. And we'll be talking to you all soon. So it's goodbye from me.
And me. Thank you. Have a beautiful day. And the sun in Tassie is coming out, so my heart is just expanding.
Awesome. Okay. Thank you so much. Thank you, Holly. Thank you, Liz.
Thank you.
Bye.
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 We go, and we're finished. Bye.